8:17 p.m. One cow we have one cow. Shayol cow in Punjab, Shayol cow in Punjab, Shayol cow in Punjab. We must always recognize. We must always recognize. We must always recognize. We must always recognize. If it was used during the Malaysian, they had very little idea about the scientific of this phenomenon. Mental law of it was during the mid 19th century that it was during the mid 19th century that ideas was made in headway was made in the understanding of it. Headway was made in the understanding of it. Gregor Mendel conducted Gregor Mendel conducted hybridization and experiment on garden people 7 1856 to 1863. Gregor Mendel 1856 Mendel 18 Gregor Mendel 1856 to 1863 था 7 years एक्सीडेंट किया था एंड उसको पेपर पब्लिश हुआ था 1865 में and proposed the law of living on the during middle investigation into inheritance pattern. It was for the first time that it, it was for the first time that statistical analysis and mathematical logic were applied to problems in biology. Okay, his experiment had a large sampling size. His experiment had a large sampling size which gave greater credibility which gave greater credibility to the data that he collected to the data which gave greater credibility to the data that he collected. Also the confirmation of his inferences from experiment on successive generation of his test plan. Successive generation for his test plan proved that his results pointed to general rules of inheritance rather than being unsubstantial unsubstantiated ideas. Mendel investigated characters in the garden people and Mendel investigated characters in the garden pea plant that were manifested as two opposite traits. Example, tall or dwarf plants, yellow or green seeds. These allowed them to set up a basic framework of rules governed inheritance, which was expanded on by later scientists to account for all the diverse natural observation and the complexity inherent in them. Account for all the diverse natural observation and the complexity inherent in them. Mendel conducted such artificial pollination. Mendel conducted such artificial pollination or cross-pollination experiments using several true breeding pea lines. Mendel conducted such artificial pollination or cross-pollination experiments using several true breeding pea lines. A true breeding line is on that A true breeding line is on that having undergone continuous self-pollination shows the stable trait inheritance. Mendel selected 14 true breeding pea plant varieties. Mendel selected 14 true breeding pea plant varieties as pairs which were similar except for one character, as pairs which were similar except for one character with contrasting traits. Some of the contrasting traits selected were smooth or wrinkled seeds, yellow or green seeds, inflated, full or constricted green or yellow pods, and tall or dwarf plants, or constricted green or yellow pods, and tall or dwarf plants. Inflated. Okay. Dwarf plants are yellow pods and tall or dwarf plants. Stem height. Stem height হচ্ছে কি stem height হচ্ছে কি tall dwarf. Stem height হয়ে গেল। তারপর চলে আসবে flower color FB, मतलब highlight হচ্ছে কি dominant, white হচ্ছে কি recessive, flower color এবার flower position হচ্ছে কি axial terminal, axial হচ্ছে dominant, terminal হচ্ছে কি dominant নয় অর্থাৎ recessive। আর এবার আমি জানবো হচ্ছে কি তোমার স্টেম হাইট হয়ে গেল। তারপরে হচ্ছে ফ্লাওয়ার পড শেপ, ফ্লাওয়ারের পর ফ্রুট মানে সরি ফ্লাওয়ারের হচ্ছে সিড হচ্ছে কি সিড কালার হচ্ছে কি তাহলে পিজি অর্থাৎ পড। তাহলে এটা সিড কালার থেকে ইয়েলো হচ্ছে তোমার ডমিনেন্ট, আর গ্রিন হচ্ছে কি তোমার রিসেসিভ, অ্যান্ড পডের ক্ষেত্রে পড গ্রিন, পিজি পড হচ্ছে গ্রিন হচ্ছে কি ডমিনেটেড, আর ইয়েলো হচ্ছে কি রিসেসিভ, তাই কি পড কালার গ্রিন ইয়েলো ওকে, সেট কালার ইয়েলো গ্রিন ইয়েস। তারপরে তাহলে সেট শেপ রাউন্ড রিঙ্কল, আর পড শেপ হচ্ছে কি inflated or inflated or constricted, inflated or full, inflated or full বলতে হয়। Okay, inheritance of one gene. Let us take the example of one such hybridization experiment carried out by Mendel, where he crossed tall and dark plant to study the inheritance of one gene. Study the inheritance of one gene. He collected the seeds produced as a result of this, grew them to generate plants of the first hybrid generation. This generation is also called the and grew them to generate plants of the first hybrid generation. This generation is also called filial progeny or F1. Mendel observed that all the F1 progeny plants were tall. Mendel observed that all the F1 progeny plants were tall like one of its parents. All the F1 filial 1 progeny were tall like its parents. Okay, none were dwarf. Could dwarf ছিল না. He made similar observation for the other parents of F1, that F1 always resembled either one or their parents, and that the trait of other parents was not seen in them. Mendel then self-pollinated the tall F1 plants, and to his surprise found that in the final two generations some of the offspring were dwarf. The character that was not seen in the F1 generation was now expressed. The proportion of plants that were dwarf were one-fourth of the F2 plants, while third-fourth of the F2 plants were tall. The tall and dwarf traits are identical to their parents, identical to their parental type, and did not show any blending. That is, all the offspring were either tall or dwarf. That is, all the offspring were either tall or dark, none were of in between height. None were of in between height. None were in between, or none were of in between height. Similar results were obtained with the other traits. Similar result were obtained with the other traits that he studied. Similar result were obtained with the other. Similar result were obtained with the other traits that he studied. Only one of the parental traits was expressed in the F1 generation, while at the F2 stage, both the traits were expressed in the proportion 3:1. Similar results were obtained with the other traits that he studied. Only one of the parental traits were expressed in the proportion 3:1. Okay? अभी जाना पड़ रहा है सर मम्मी बुला रहा है पास बराबर में रहता हूँ जाना पड़ेगा अभी थैंक यू देखता हूँ 8:30 যাচ্ছি